The first time I was with Shen Qingzhou, I was the one chasing after him, trying to make it to the top. I even bribed paparazzi to help me. But in the end, he kicked me aside. The whole internet criticized me for being hopelessly obsessed. And my career almost went down the drain. The second time, he took the initiative to come back, offering me resources. I pretended not to know, only caring about the money and scripts. I was even caught by paparazzi leaving his villa late at night. They immediately contacted the media. That day, I was just delivering a movie script. Please, don't make random guesses. Mr. Shen and I are really just ordinary friends. There's no other relationship between us. But the next morning, after Shen Qingzhou saw my Weibo, his face immediately darkened and he was upset. After we had a decent time in bed, he climbed off me, put on a robe, and went to the bathroom to shower. Looking satisfied, I half leaned against the bed, planning to watch a short drama before sleeping when suddenly, a call came in. It was my agent, Sister Fu. Her voice was urgent, like something huge had happened. He Yuxue, you need to look at your Weibo right now. Some paparazzi took pictures of you entering Shen Qingzhou's villa, saying you're still trying to marry into a rich family. After being dumped once, you're still hoping for a chance to rise to the top. I felt a sinking feeling. This was definitely serious. Who the hell is trying to sabotage me? The last time Shen Qingzhou broke up with me out of the blue, it was because I secretly bribed paparazzi and partnered with marketing accounts, posting a picture of me getting out of Shen Qingzhou's luxury car. The whole internet started speculating if I, the controversial female star, had finally caught the prince of the capital and was about to turn into a phoenix. But before I could even enjoy it, Shen Qingzhou directly released a statement, severing all ties with me. I'm sorry for taking up public resources, but I don't know Missy very well. We don't have much contact. The picture was just a favor for someone, dropping her off. If there are any further rumors, we will resolve them legally. His friends also mocked me in various ways. What a joke. Who is this actress? How could Qingzhou be interested in someone like her? This looks like a publicity stunt. Media, have some integrity. People from families like Shen's only date proper young ladies. Not anyone trying to climb the ladder. My Weibo was flooded with hateful comments. Everyone mocking me for being delusional, using any means to stay relevant. My work stopped. Movies replaced me. Even longtime brand partners quickly ended their relationships with me. As for Shen Qingzhou, he only sent me a breakup text, accusing me of being manipulative, then never contacted me again. For half a year, I lived in confusion, anxiety, and helplessness. Not only for my career, but also because of the emotional severance. Yes, I am that pathetic. I really did like Shen Qingzhou. During that time, the only person who stayed by my side was Sister Fu. When we met with investors, she comforted me while giving me a look of disappointment. He Yuxue, you've really lost your mind. Is it that easy to marry into a rich family? Just fool around with these rich kids for some resources and money. But how did you end up giving yourself away? Pretty young girls like you come and go. Why would anyone want to marry you? Think about it. The internet forgets quickly. New hot topics keep coming up. And after half a year, people gradually forgot about the whole thing. Some smaller investment TV dramas and variety shows started reaching out to me again. Compared to when I was at my peak, I've lost some fame, but I've worked harder and become more focused. Those who still follow me are my loyal fans. They were happy to hear I had a new project. They ran to my account and left comments. Go for it, sister. We'll always support you. I've seen the trailer. It's amazing. Forget the past. Look forward with big steps. That was when I met Shen Qingzhou again. I had just finished filming my last scene and walked out of the set. I saw Shen Qingzhou right away. He was leaning against the silver Bentley, the same car I once had paparazzi snap pictures of. He Yuxue, long time no see. How come you're doing such high-budget projects now? He took out his phone and casually scrolled through it. I had a great movie script in my hand. An S-level production, and they were looking for a female supporting role. Interested? I didn't expect to see him again. I froze for a moment. I knew, by saying that, he was offering me a chance. A way back into his world. Maybe he was bored after half a year. Maybe it was something someone said in passing. Or maybe it was just a sudden moment of nostalgia. But whatever it was, he remembered me. I didn't hesitate. Okay, of course I'm interested. The first person I told about getting back together with Shen Qingzhou was Sister Fu. When she heard the news, she didn't seem too surprised. But when we had dinner together, She reminded me several times with a serious face. I know you have feelings for this guy. After getting back together, you'll probably get all emotional again. Your mind will be all over the place, thinking about all kinds of things. But this time, you can't be stupid. Use your charm to get money, get good scripts, but don't think about things like titles, marriage, or having kids. I nodded quickly. You can't fall into the same trap twice in a lifetime. I promised myself I wouldn't go public about it secretly this time. But, to my surprise, and to Sister Fu's surprise, after getting back together with Shen Qingzhou, I didn't feel the happiness I expected. When he dumped me the first time, I was heartbroken for so long, as if the sky had fallen. But after half a year, when I finally returned to his side, I didn't feel happy at all. Everything felt so meaningless. The only thing that caught my attention was how much money Shen Qingzhou transferred to me, or what new resources he gave me. Just a few days ago, a small, high-end luxury brand was about to enter the country and needed an ambassador. Shen Qingzhou said if I performed well, he would give me the opportunity. And then this happened. Someone took pictures of me entering Shen Qingzhou's villa and posted them online. Wasn't that ruining my career? After getting Sister Fu's call, I quickly promised her. I know, don't worry, I've got it under control. I'll clear this up on Weibo right now. And stop the rumors from spreading. The paparazzi must have bought bots. Because just an hour after the photo was posted, there were already thousands of comments and likes. I have to say, this paparazzi really has guts. Doesn't he fear being blacklisted by Shen Qingzhou? I clicked into the comments section. As expected, the top comments were full of mocking and sarcasm. Haha, what time is it now? I remember this same stunt from 6 months ago. Back then, Shen Qingzhou immediately released a denial statement, cutting ties with He Yushui. So why is she still showing up now? I remember after that period, her resources tanked. She really never learns. Does she really want to be completely blacklisted? She should just leave the entertainment industry. I don't even want to see her anymore. 6 months ago, I had already been mocked all over the internet. So when I saw these comments now, I could stay calm and unfazed. I exited the comments section and switched to the posting page. Quickly, I edited a message and posted it on my account. I'm sorry for occupying public resources. But Mr. Shen and I are really just ordinary friends. There is no relationship between us. The picture was just me delivering a movie script, as requested by the film production. Please don't make wild assumptions. I am now focused on my acting career. If you're interested, feel free to follow me and stay tuned for my new film. Thank you, everyone. After I posted the clarification on Weibo, it quickly made it to the trending section. My fans flooded in and swiftly took over the comment section, responding confidently to the haters. Did you see? My sister denied any relationship with Shen Qingzhou. Who dares to say she's chasing him now? Haha, is Shen Qingzhou some kind of big shot? Does he need everyone to like him? 5Q. Not interested. Don't come here for attention. Don't miss it. Since you're here, follow He Yushui. She's filming an S-level production. It's called Qingfeng. The familiar fans who often interact with me showed up, and I could already recognize them. Looking at their strong opposition to me being with Shen Qingzhou, I felt a little embarrassed. But honestly, I could never marry into the Shen family. This relationship is nothing more than mutual use, and it will never be made public. Since no one would know about my secret relationship with Shen Qingzhou, I felt comfortable replying to my fans' comments, calming them down. Okay, I know. You've heard rumors that I want to marry into a rich family? Don't worry, I swear, if I wanted to marry into the Shen family, I'd get hit by a car right outside. I swear, there's really nothing between us. You can trust me. I spent about 10 minutes chatting back and forth with my fans in the comments section, until my eyes grew heavy. Finally, I couldn't keep them open any longer. I turned off my phone, tossed it aside, and fell onto the bed. Shen Qingzhou always showers for almost an hour. When I fell asleep in a daze, I seemed to hear the bathroom door open. Someone stepped out. A faint voice of complaint drifted to my ears. Are you asleep? A kiss landed on my lips. He Yushui. You've become lazy. No good night or hugs before bed anymore. The next day, I woke up naturally. When I opened my eyes, the sunlight had already crept in through the gaps in the curtains. I waved my hand to shield my eyes, grabbed my phone, and saw that it was almost 10 o'clock. The next moment, I saw Shen Qingzhou. He was coming out of the study, holding his laptop with one hand. When he heard the sound, he looked over at me, his eyes narrowing slightly. his expression teasing, and the corner of his mouth seemed to curve up. In an instant, I woke up completely from my sleepy haze. Shen Qingzhou? Why is he still here? It's already this late. Shouldn't he be at the company by now? Probably seeing the confusion on my face, Shen Qingzhou threw his phone in front of me. His phone wasn't locked, and the screen displayed that photo of me being secretly snapped by the paparazzi. He Yushui, what's this? Care to explain? I had a video conference this morning, just finished a meeting with the other board members 2 minutes ago. As soon as I walked out, my assistant sent me this photo. So, I hear you've bribed the paparazzi again? So disobedient. I quickly sat up and understood what was going on. Shen Qingzhou must have woken up and immediately gone online for the meeting. He hadn't seen the clarification I'd posted. No wonder he was looking at me like that. After all, I had a history. I hurriedly grabbed his phone, scrolled down, and found the Weibo post I made yesterday. I respectfully handed the phone back to him. No, Mr. Shen, you've misunderstood me this time. I don't know who the paparazzi are. I don't even recognize them. When I saw the news last night, I immediately posted the clarification myself. Cutting ties with you, Mr. Shen. As you can see, Shen Qingzhou was taken aback. He instinctively took the phone from me. Then, his brows furrowed deeply, and he clicked his tongue, reading out loud the messages I had posted in response to my fans. Don't worry, my career comes first. I have no intentions of marrying into the Shen family. There's no relationship between me and Shen Qingzhou. Not that I don't like him, but he doesn't like me either. People from our level only marry within their own circle, Shen Qingzhou sneered. He lifted his eyelids, staring at me without blinking. No relationship? He Yushui, last night you were in my bed, and this morning you have no relationship with me? Shen Qingzhou was angry. The butler had just brought him coffee, but he didn't take a sip. Just threw on his coat and left. Before he left, he slammed the door behind him. I was a little dazed, lying in bed, not sure what he was angry about. The clarification I posted yesterday should have been carefully worded. So I didn't think there was any problem. This morning, our scandal had already been taken off the trending list. Occasionally, there were some scattered discussions, mostly mocking us as a fake couple. Some people said the guy didn't like the girl, and the girl wasn't good enough for the guy. It seemed like no one was shipping us. Wasn't that a good thing? Shen Qingzhou hated being linked to the messy world of entertainment. This should have been exactly what he wanted, right? So why the angry look? Things I don't understand, I usually just don't dwell on. Besides, I was really busy. My relationship with Shen Qingzhou couldn't take up too much of my energy. The most important thing right now was the movie I was filming. The one Shen Qingzhou promised to get me into when we got back together. It was an S-level production. I got the role of the second female lead. Because during the 6 months we were apart, I had almost no resources and ended up taking on a bunch of low-profile, barely watched web dramas. My public image had taken a hit, and many people thought I wasn't progressing. This time, I finally got a good script. I secretly promised myself I wouldn't mess it up and would make sure to seize this opportunity. Apart from when Shen Qingzhou contacted me, I spent almost all my time at the set, either filming my scenes, studying the script, or discussing my character with others. Since I worked so hard, the director started paying more attention to me. Sometimes, when I was sitting alone in the corner, he would even come over and discuss my performance with me. It completely caught me off guard, because this director was extremely famous. Fu Yunk. Under 30, he had already won many international awards. There were countless actors who wanted to collaborate with him. At first, I thought he was the aloof type, always wearing big sunglasses and making people repeat scenes a dozen times until they were perfect. But it turned out, that wasn't the case. He was kind, and very polite. Under his guidance, my acting improved quickly. I nailed several scenes in one take. One evening, I finished filming early. Got my takeout from the assistant. Planned to eat it and then read a couple of pages of my character's backstory, but just as I took the first bite, I heard someone mention Shen Qingzhou's name. Ever since the paparazzi snapped that photo and Shen Qingzhou angrily left the villa, he hadn't contacted me. If he didn't reach out, I wasn't about to bother him. When we were first in love, I had a hard time reading the situation, constantly pestering Shen Qingzhou with all kinds of things. I must have been really annoying. Now, of course, I needed to learn from my mistakes. I couldn't be so shameless. Even though I didn't want to hear gossip, I still couldn't help but overhear the conversations around me. They were packing up the equipment and didn't seem to notice me. Did you hear the gossip about Shen Qingzhou? Yeah, it's all over the trending list. Isn't he usually so low-key? Why are there so many rumors about him recently? Come on, this time it's with a real heiress. This isn't like those fake entertainment gossip stories. Haha, exactly. This time, the family is actually a good match. So the prince is really going to get married. Huh? I froze. Shen Qingzhou is getting married? I grabbed my phone and checked Weibo. Sure enough, the trending topic was there. Shen Corporation CEO picks up media mogul's daughter Cheng Yijin at the airport early this morning. Insiders reveal their wedding is imminent. I'd heard of Cheng Yijin. Her father was a big name in the media industry. A lot of newspapers and magazines had to rely on the Cheng family's connections. They really were a perfect match. No wonder Shen Qingzhou hadn't contacted me lately. He was clearly settling down. I instinctively clicked on the chat with him, thinking about whether I should send a congratulatory message. But then I thought, never mind. After all, our relationship was just one of mutual use. It was better not to get too involved in his personal life. My relationship with Shen Qingzhou should have ended right there. The movie was almost finished. During my off time from filming, I started thinking about my career development. After Shen Qingzhou's sudden breakup, I lost almost half of my resources. Even though this time wasn't my fault, I still needed to prepare for the future. I didn't want to end up with no work again, feeling helpless. Just the thought of the 6 months with little exposure or work made my frown deepen. After today's shoot ended, the director walked toward me, holding the script. I was looking down, not watching where I was going, and almost bumped into him. Fu Yonk paused, his gaze fixed on me. Yuxue, he tilted his head slightly, bending down a bit, seemingly to check my expression. Is something wrong? You've got an important scene tomorrow. If you're worried it might affect your performance, feel free to talk to me. Hearing Fu Yonk ask, I realized my expression might have been off. Not wanting him to misunderstand, I didn't mention Shen Qingzhou. I quickly explained. It's nothing personal. I'm just worried that after filming this movie, I might not have any more resources. I scratched my nose, unsure how to explain further. You probably know. My current agency isn't exactly a big player. They don't have many projects, and they can't compete with larger capital firms. If it weren't for my agent, I might have been abandoned already. I'm just afraid that if this film doesn't go well, I won't even have this one opportunity to rely on. Then, little by little, people will forget about me as an actress who relies on the screen. That's my biggest fear. When Fu Yonk heard this, he was momentarily stunned. Then, he smiled lightly. Yuxue, you really surprise me. Don't worry. You're doing great in this movie. You're a talented person. He extended his hand, hesitated, then gently patted my shoulder. As for resources, I actually own an entertainment company, and I have quite a few films in the pipeline. Why don't you consider switching agencies? You wouldn't have to worry about these things anymore. Fu Yonk asked for my agent's number, saying he'd contact her personally. The contract with my original company was set to expire in a month. My agent only managed me, and she'd been thinking about going solo with me for a while. During the last few days of filming, I focused on my work while waiting for my agent to reply. But I never expected the next call to come from someone else. It was from Shen Qingzhou's good friend, Chen Yu, another wealthy young heir from the Beijing circle. When he called, it seemed like he was at a bar. The background noise was loud. Yuxue, I heard you're filming a movie? He coughed twice. Didn't you see the news? About Shen Qingzhou's matchmaking scandal? I was stunned. It took me a moment to realize. And you're saying it's about Shen Qingzhou's matchmaking news? Why? What does this have to do with me? My heart skipped a beat. I couldn't possibly still be suspected of leaking it to the paparazzi, could I? Hearing me say this, the person on the other end of the phone seemed confused. What does it have to do with you? Yuxue, aren't you playing hard to get? This isn't the attitude you used to have. Do you need me to remind you how you relentlessly pursued Shen Qingzhou? There are plenty of people in your circle trying to get close to him. Every time a woman appears around Shen Qingzhou, you act like you've seen something outrageous. You practically want to stick to him 24/7 and declare to the world that he's yours. Then you don't let any other girl near him, with how tightly you watch him. Hearing about his marriage, wouldn't you go crazy? I pursed my lips. Chen Yu wasn't wrong. When I was first with Shen Qingzhou, I was like that. I liked him so much, I unconsciously became possessive. And since Shen Qingzhou refused to publicly acknowledge me, surrounded by different girls all the time, I felt almost no sense of security. So whenever I saw him talking to another woman, I'd want to secretly insert myself in the middle. I'd drop hints to show I wasn't just any ordinary person. Looking back now, my behavior was so ridiculous. Not only was it laughable, it must have been so annoying. I shook my head and said to Chen Yu. I was young and didn't know better back then. Don't worry, I'm clear now. Since Shen Qingzhou wants to marry, I won't keep bothering him anymore. As soon as I finished speaking, there was a loud crash on the other end of the phone, like something breaking. I faintly heard Shen Qingzhou's voice, but then the call was abruptly ended. I didn't pay it much attention. After filming, I took a cab back to my apartment. Since the news of Shen Qingzhou's marriage broke, I moved my things out of his villa. I rented a place near the filming set. Speaking of which, this apartment was also bought by Shen Qingzhou. But after he bought it, he just gave it to me. So, the deed is in my name. Since he gave it to me, there's no reason not to live here. Besides, the location, the decoration, the size, all of it suits me perfectly. But what I didn't expect was that when I opened the door today, I found Shen Qingzhou. Shen Qingzhou did have a key to this place, but he'd never come over without letting me know. The room was filled with a strong smell of smoke. Shen Qingzhou stood up, turned on the air purifier, and looked at me. His eyes were bloodshot, and he seemed like he'd had quite a bit to drink. He wasn't in the best condition. He Yushui. You moved your stuff out of the villa in the west suburbs? There's nothing to hide. I hummed in response. Shen Qingzhou took a step closer to me, his hot breath brushing against my neck. His voice was hoarse. Why? Why? He's already matchmaking, and he's asking me why? I was about to answer when Shen Qingzhou suddenly leaned in and came closer. He cupped my face with both hands, his thumb pressing against my lips, pinching tightly. You've been acting strange lately. No, Xiao Shui, you weren't like this before. You used to cling to me. Don't you remember? Did something happen? Or has someone been tempting you recently? Is someone seducing you these past few days? Shen Qingzhou was really drunk. He wouldn't say things like this when sober. I opened my mouth to explain, but it was like he seized the opportunity and kissed me. He kissed me fiercely, his tongue wrapping around mine, almost like he was invading. I had never seen him so desperate. It was almost suffocating. Unable to take it anymore, I mustered all my strength, bit him, and shoved him away forcefully. I cursed at him. Shen Qingzhou, are you crazy? If you're getting married, can you stop doing this to me? I'm not a saint, but I have some moral boundaries, okay? I'm telling you. I don't want to be your mistress. The rusty taste of blood spread between our lips. Shen Qingzhou touched the wound on his mouth, but his mood seemed to improve a little. He let out a soft laugh. Leaning back against the bookshelf, he finally showed mercy and let me go. Are you angry? He Yushui. I knew you couldn't pretend to be this indifferent. All right. I have nothing to do with that girl from the Cheng family. It's just that her dad and I are working on a partnership. I was just there to pick her up. Stop throwing a tantrum. You bit me so hard, with those sharp teeth of yours. I'll have to file them down. After saying all this, he seemed satisfied. His lips curled slightly, and with his long arms, he pulled me into his embrace. He Yushui, I'm tired. Take me to bed. He was mumbling, clearly still drunk. His remaining sense of reason fading away. He became even more out of it, muttering and drifting off to sleep. Xiao Shui. Be good. Don't make me angry. I had a scene at 7 a.m. the next day. When I left, Shen Qingzhou was still asleep. By the time I finished my scene at around 10 a.m., I was resting in the car when my phone suddenly vibrated. It was a message from Shen Qingzhou. He Yushui, where did you go? Off to film again? Tisk, aren't you working too hard? Is Fu Yunk being too strict with you guys? If you can't handle it, I'll talk to him and ask him to take care of you. Why is your apartment's fridge empty? What do you normally eat? You're not just eating the boxed lunches from the set every day, are you? Never mind. I don't have anything to do today. How about coming out tonight? My treat. I don't know what was going on with him. He was probably still hungover from last night, still not fully sober. I didn't reply. The phone vibrated again. Just as I thought it was another annoying message from Shen Qingzhou, I saw that it was from my agent, Fu Jia. This time, I quickly picked up. Fu Jia was talking about contract matters. Fu Yunk had called her to discuss my future career plans. They both agreed that my current company was too small. They didn't have enough good projects and resources, which really limited my future opportunities. My contract was also about to expire. So, it seemed like a good opportunity to change companies. Fu Jia coughed twice. I never expected Fu Yunk would call me personally. Do you know his background? He's from the Fu family in the south. In terms of capital and influence, they're on par with the Shen family. He says his company owns an entertainment company, but it's not just any company. Think about it. They must have plenty of resources. It's just that most people don't know. The Fu family? Fu Yunk is actually the heir of the southern Fu family? But thinking about it, his polite demeanor and the elegant air he had clearly gave him away. He definitely didn't seem like someone who came from the bottom like me. After the surprise wore off, I quickly asked Fu Jia, "What about you? What will you do if I leave?" Fu Jia only managed me. Although she had saved up a lot of money over the years and had a comfortable life, I still felt like I was giving her more trouble. I heard her cheerful laugh on the other end. "I'm going with you to the new company. I'll keep managing you. Don't worry. Fu Yunkyu's background is so solid. I still have several years left on my contract with this company." He immediately took care of my termination fees. Before hanging up, Fu Jia mentioned Shen Qingzhou. She said she had seen the trending topic the other day and asked if I thought it was true. I hesitated for a moment, then told Fu Jia exactly what Shen Qingzhou drunkenly said to me last night. Fu Jia was silent for a moment, then sighed. "I don't think he's lying about this. I've checked into that Cheng family girl. She has someone she likes, and she's just coming back to marry her first love. Has nothing to do with Shen Qingzhou. That trending topic was probably just some marketing nonsense." He didn't stop it though, I murmured in response, surprisingly feeling no ripple in my heart. Seeing I had no reaction, Fu Jia paused, then carefully asked, "So baby, what do you think?" According to Director Fu, if we move to his company, we won't have to worry about being blocked like before. What about Shen Qingzhou? Do you still want to keep getting entangled with him? I glanced at my phone. In the time it took to have this brief conversation with Fu Jia, Shen Qingzhou had sent me several more messages. "He Yushui, why aren't you replying to my WeChat? I've been calling you, but you're not answering. Are you still filming? Do they really need to exploit you this much for the movie? Up early and late at night. No time for rest? Forget it. I have nothing to do today. Why don't you come out tonight? I'll treat you." I rubbed my head, letting out a bitter smile. Shen Qingzhou really didn't understand me. I realized I couldn't keep getting entangled with him. I didn't have any scenes tonight. I picked up my phone and arranged dinner with Shen Qingzhou. He quickly replied, "Okay, do you like that Cantonese place? I'll make a reservation. I don't really care what we eat. Do you want me to pick you up?" If he picked me up and other staff saw, there would probably be another storm. I declined. After filming, I drove myself to the place we'd agreed on. It was a restaurant run by one of his friends, and they'd reserved a private room for us. Very private. When I pushed open the door, Shen Qingzhou was already there. He was wearing a custom-made dark gray suit, with a limited edition luxury watch on his wrist. Even his hair seemed meticulously styled. As I walked closer, I could faintly smell a cold, masculine scent of cologne. I was a little surprised. Had Shen Qingzhou just come from some party? He looked so polished. What was this about? I wondered to myself, but didn't ask. I didn't ask, and Shen Qingzhou didn't speak. We maintained a strange silence until the last dish arrived. Shen Qingzhou suddenly put down his chopsticks. He straightened up, gently wiped his lips, and looked at me intently. Maybe it was because of the lingering hangover, but his ears had a faint pink color, which was very noticeable. He Yushui. He coughed a couple of times, took a tissue, and wiped his lips as if trying to cover something up. He reached out and took a beautifully wrapped box from the side, handing it to me. "Here. You've been wanting this, right? You've mentioned it several times. Open it and see." The box in front of me was palm-sized, and it seemed to contain a piece of jewelry. For some reason, an uneasy feeling suddenly washed over me. It was as if there was something dangerous inside. But Shen Qingzhou kept urging me. "What are you hesitating for? He Yushui? Are you afraid it's not what you wanted?" I took a deep breath and opened the jewelry box. Inside, resting on a red velvet cloth, was a jade bracelet. I'd seen this bracelet before. It was Shen Qingzhou's mother's heirloom. He had kept it in the master bedroom of the old house. The first time I saw it was during our passionate period. He treated me well back then and even took me back to his family's old house. Shen Qingzhou's mother had passed away early, and after his father handed over the company to him, he went abroad to engage in charity work. The old house was rarely used, and there were only a few servants. When Shen Qingzhou went to take a shower, he left me alone in the villa to roam. I wandered into the master bedroom. Had nothing to do, and lay on his bed. When I turned my head, I saw the jade bracelet. It was a beautiful green, the sunlight making it look transparent and pure. Without thinking, I reached for the bracelet from the glass cabinet and gently put it on my wrist. The next moment, I heard Shen Qingzhou's voice. He Yushui, what are you doing? He didn't know when he had come out of the bathroom, but suddenly grabbed my wrist and pulled me up. Who told you to touch this bracelet? This was left by my mother. It's meant for my future daughter-in-law. Many of the elders in our circle know about it. If you wear this bracelet, and someone sees it, do you want to pretend to be Mrs. Shen? He furrowed his brows, looking at me with disdain and contempt. It felt like a sharp needle piercing my heart, stirring a deep pain. When I felt this way, I should have realized that Shen Qingzhou and I were never meant to be together. But at that time, I liked him too much. I liked him so much that I forced myself to ignore that uncomfortable feeling. I took the bracelet off my wrist and forced a smile, trying to ease the tension. Isn't it okay, Shen Qingzhou? Aren't I your girlfriend? Even if I can't wear your mother's bracelet now, you could at least introduce me to your family, friends, and relatives. Shen Qingzhou let out a cold laugh. For a moment, I felt his expression was so cruel. You want to go public? He Yushui, do you think you deserve that? Years passed. I broke up with Shen Qingzhou, then got back together with him. Now, this bracelet, which I once longed for but couldn't have, had reappeared in front of me. I stood still, my face stiff. Shen Qingzhou slightly lowered his head and gently stroked my head. He thought I was overwhelmed with excitement and chuckled lightly. What's wrong? Too happy? Not even able to say a word? He rolled his Adam's apple, sat up a bit straighter, and took a deep breath. I've said before, this bracelet was meant for my future daughter-in-law. I've thought it over. He Yushui, we've been together for so long. You want to marry into the Shen family, and I'm at the age where I need to settle down. Marriage is a good option for us, don't you think? After saying that, Shen Qingzhou placed his right hand on the table and lightly tapped his finger on it. This was his usual sign of anxiety. Shen Qingzhou, would he really get nervous over my answer? Seeing I didn't speak, Shen Qingzhou took another sip of wine. I remember you said you liked European weddings, right? We could get married in a castle in Europe. It should be really romantic. I don't care about kids for now. It's up to you. If you don't like the villa in the western suburbs, we don't have to move anything back. We can buy a new house, a wedding house. You can pick the location. I remember you said you liked places with a sea view, right? I don't know if it was my imagination, but as he said these things, there seemed to be a hidden yearning in his eyes. It was as though he was already planning our married life. Shen Qingzhou. I took a deep breath and pushed the box back unopened. No matter what your relationship with Miss Cheng is, I think this no longer concerns me. Let's break up. The air went completely silent. Shen Qingzhou, who had been talking so enthusiastically, suddenly turned pale, his body cold to the extreme. What did you say? After a long pause, he opened his mouth. His voice seemed to come from deep within his throat. He Yushui, what do you mean? I had already stood up and slung my bag over my shoulder. Hearing him ask that, I turned my head back. What I mean is, Shen Qingzhou, I don't like you anymore. After you broke up with me so harshly, I was really sad for a long time. But now, getting back together, I've realized you're just like this, frankly. It's boring. Behind me, I heard the sound of glass breaking. He probably threw the expensive bottle of wine to the ground. I opened the door to the private room and walked out. He didn't chase after me. I knew, someone like him, with such a proud personality, would never tolerate hearing such words. This was the point where things had ended between us. After thoroughly breaking things off with Shen Qingzhou, I called Sister Fu and recounted what had happened that evening. Sister Fu was shocked when she heard about Shen Qingzhou wanting to marry me. He wants to give you his mother's bracelet? He said he wants to marry you? Did he drink too much? Has his brain turned to mush? The baby's gone, and you don't even like him anymore. And now he's trying to propose? I couldn't help but laugh at Sister Fu's analogy. She was relieved when she saw I wasn't too affected emotionally. Then she changed the subject to my contract. I met with Director Fu today. His entertainment company was recently established. It's well funded, and they don't have many artists, so they can focus on developing you. I'm pretty satisfied. So I've already arranged for you to sign the contract. Should I send you the agreement for you to take a look? Sister Fu's reviewed contracts usually don't have any problems. but I still flipped through a few pages myself. While doing so, Sister Fu reminded me. The new company's treatment for you is top tier by industry standards. However, because you're still in the termination period, some platform accounts need to be approved by your old company. So you can't post for now. It should only be 2 or 3 days. Currently, there are no endorsements or show announcements. So it won't affect much. I hummed in agreement. Apart from the incident where I angrily called out the paparazzi who stalked me in and out of Shen Qingzhou's villa, I rarely post updates. My account is almost like a promotional one. 2 or 3 days without posting? That shouldn't be a big deal. But to my surprise, at this exact time, a hot search about me exploded. Heirs of the Shen family, Shen Qingzhou, and rumored actress He Yushui, spotted having a late-night dinner, possibly announcing their relationship? This was the third gossip post about me and Shen Qingzhou. I really didn't know why the paparazzi were so fixated on digging into our relationship. What was even more bizarre was that this post was trending higher than the previous 2. It was like someone had bought promotions for it. In just an hour, it had firmly secured the top spot on the hot search list. I didn't know which paparazzi had snapped photos of us dining at his friend's restaurant. The shots were so clear. You could even see the box on the table. Someone who seemed to be from within the industry had recognized the bracelet. I know. That's the bracelet young Master Shen's mother left him. And it's supposed to be given to his future wife. How did it end up in He Yuzu's hands? That comment received tens of thousands of likes. And it shot straight to the top. The comments were endless. Is Shen Qingzhou really marrying He Yushui? Oh my god. But didn't He Yushui deny the rumors about them before? What's real and what's fake? Hey, do you still believe entertainment industry denials? Does anyone have the young master's contact info? Can we just ask him directly? To my surprise, a reporter actually found Shen Qingzhou. They asked him about his relationship with me. Based on the timeline, it should have been the day after we had dinner. In the video, he had just gotten out of a sports car when the reporters surrounded him. What relationship do I have with He Yushui? Shen Qingzhou held a half-burned cigarette between his fingers. And, hearing the question, he smiled mockingly. Why do you think I've been linked to He Yushui for so long? It's just a simple matter between a man and a woman. Besides, we're at the right age. When we send out wedding invitations, you'll all bless us, won't you? This was practically an official announcement. Immediately, the search term, Shen Qingzhou and He Yuzu's wedding is near, shot to the top of the trending list. I stared at the video, my mind in a daze. Without waiting for Sister Fu to remind me, I quickly called Shen Qingzhou. The phone rang several times before he finally answered. On the other end of the line, Shen Qingzhou's voice sounded lazy. So you're calling me now? What? Missing me? Shen Qingzhou, you're insane. I almost lost it. I couldn't hold back anymore. I screamed. Why did you say that to the reporters today? What do you mean by, our good news is coming? We're sending out invitations. Are we getting married? Do you know how this makes others see us? I heard the sound of a lighter. I calmed down a little and took a deep breath. We're already broken up. You go explain it to the media. Just tell them we're just friends. And ask those marketing accounts to stop making wild guesses. Okay? With the Shen family's power, they could easily shut down those gossip websites with just a word. But Shen Qingzhou was silent. For a long time. Then he scoffed, his tone lazy and indifferent. You want me to release a statement? Why should I? I won't. I felt like I was about to lose it. Sister Fu was busy handling the new company contract stuff. And I didn't want to disturb her. But my account was still frozen. So, I reached out to some old media contacts. To see if I could clear up things with Shen Qingzhou. But strangely enough, despite all the gossip about us, not a single media outlet wanted to interview me. Every reporter I reached out to said they were powerless or uninterested. I wasn't that naive. I quickly realized it must have been Shen Qingzhou's doing. But why? Could it be that after breaking up, he suddenly realized he loved me? And now he was trying to use this as a way to secretly win me back? Just the thought of it made me shiver. No way. That was just too disgusting. The heat around me and Shen Qingzhou was still high. Most people didn't believe we'd be together. But strangely, now there were people buying fake followers and marketing accounts, trying to paint us as a perfect couple. Don't you think He Yushui and Shen Qingzhou look so good together? Look at the way they look at each other. I'm shipping it. Beautiful actress X rich heir. Perfect for a CEO romance novel. What was wrong with those who didn't like them being together? Anyway, I support this marriage. Fans of Yushui, can you find someone better than Shen Qingzhou? I was speechless. I even made a fake account to fight back against these brainless comments. After battling several comments with my fans, my phone rang. I didn't check the caller ID and just answered. It was Fu Yink. Do you need me to release a statement? He said. I just found out that your account was taken by the old company. And it's been frozen for a few days. I've got several million followers. Do you want me to clarify it for you? Many top celebrities have tens of millions of followers now. But Fu Yingqiu's influence was huge. And his status in the industry was very high. As a director who had won many international awards, everything he did attracted attention. So when he made this suggestion, my first reaction wasn't excitement, but fear. Would I drag him down? I was already in the middle of this mess, and bringing him in would only harm him. I bit my lip and hesitated. It's okay. My account will thaw in a few days. Fu Yink seemed to understand my hesitation and sighed softly. He reached over and gently took my hand from the table. You don't have to worry about me. Even if your account is back in your hands tomorrow, by sending a statement now, we can get ahead of this by a few hours, even if it's just a few hours. I don't want to see all the online rumors anymore, the ones that are tying you and Shen Qingzhou together. Before I could react to Fu Yingqiu's last sentence, he had already unlocked his phone and logged into his Weibo. Fu Yingqiu's account was even cleaner than mine. At least sometimes I still post business ads, and share my upcoming schedule for the next time slot, interact with fans in the comments section. But on Fu Yingqiu's profile, there are only a few automatic birthday greetings from the system. Lonely and hanging there. Even so, there are still quite a few comments under those birthday posts. Most of them are from other actors' fans. Director Fu, please consider my sister for your next project. She's really talented. Congratulations on your awards. Director Fu. When is your next film starting production? Please collaborate with the best actor again. Can't wait. Fu Yink has never replied to any of them. He sat next to me, opened the post page, and typed in front of me. Hello, everyone. I'm Fu Yink. He Yuxue is the actress I've worked with recently. We've been working together for nearly a year. I believe I know her better than most people on the internet. This includes the rumors about her recently. A lot of people are saying that He Yuxue and Shen Qingzhou from the Shen family are now in a relationship. But He Yuxue is sitting right next to me. Shouldn't we hear from the leading lady herself? After typing this, Fu Yink handed me the phone. There's a voice recording button below. I quickly understood what he meant. After taking the phone, I collected my thoughts. I'm He Yuxue. As for Shen Qingzhou, I did date him about 6 months ago. But when those photos of us dining together went viral online recently, we had already broken up. There's no relationship anymore. Fu Yink pressed the send button. After a moment, he probably thought the response wasn't gaining enough traction. So he added a hashtag and tagged a few entertainment marketing accounts. The gossip media immediately rushed over. I don't know if Shen Qingzhou paid them. But such big news. Under the pressure of KPIs, almost no one could resist the impulse to repost it. Within an hour, Fu Yingqiu's Weibo post had climbed to the trending list. The crowd on the plaza quickly became active. Break up? What's going on? Weren't those marketing accounts saying just a few days ago that Shen Qingzhou was about to marry He Yuxue? And that bracelet, they swore it was from the Shen family's heritage. Made me think that photo was actually a proposal. But wait. If it wasn't a proposal, then why did Shen Qingzhou give such a vague answer when the reporter interviewed him back then? Exactly. I still have that video. He even said that he and He Yuxue were about to get married. So isn't this just a cover-up? The first time rumors about me and Shen Qingzhou came out, no one believed it, and they accused me of stirring up drama. The second time, I denied it, and public opinion was a little gentler towards me. Now it's the third time. Some people are already starting to question Shen Qingzhou. And someone even mentioned Fu Yink, that famous director? How did he get involved in this? Even if He Yuxue is filming his movie, does the director need to speak out about the actress's personal life? Am I the only one who noticed Fu Yingqiu's wording? He said he knew He Yuxue better than most. That sounded so ambiguous. Fu Yink was sitting next to me. And under my gaze, he replied to that comment. It's not ambiguous. I'm pursuing her. The internet exploded. I was stunned. I looked at Fu Yink, not knowing what to say. My lips moved but no words came out. Until finally, I spoke. Director, please, don't joke around. This is a public platform, so many people are watching. Fu Yink looked at me, about to reply, when his phone rang. It was his. He instinctively lowered his head and glanced at the caller ID. Then, he slightly curled his lips and gave a soft laugh. The next moment, he hit the speakerphone button. Shen Qingzhou's voice came through the speaker. Fu Yink, what the hell are you doing? Are you crazy? What nonsense are you spreading online? What do you mean by pursuing Yushui? No wonder you posted that Weibo. Trying to separate me and Yushui. It's you who's been eyeing her, right? We've grown up together. And now you're going after my woman? Are you even human? This was the first time I had heard Shen Qingzhou speak with such anger. Compared to him, Fu Yink seemed much calmer. He held the phone with ease, his expression carefree. Your woman? We've known each other for years. But have you ever once brought Yushui to one of our gatherings? Introduced her to your circle? You kept her to yourself. Don't blame others for openly taking her away. Shen Qingzhou, your behavior disgusts me. After that, Fu Yink hung up the phone. I let out an, sound. You two have known each other since childhood? Fu Yink nodded. Though he's from the south and I'm from the north. Our grandfathers were family friends. He held my hand, placing it in his palm. Yushui, everything I said today stands. You don't have to respond right now. I'll wait for you. I took a deep breath. My heart was racing. But I didn't pull my hand away. After returning to my apartment from the cafe, I ran into someone unexpected downstairs. Shen Qingzhou. Ever since he came unannounced last time, I had changed the lock on my apartment. Now, he was wearing a black coat, leaning against the street lamp, looking a little lonely and desolate. The public sentiment online had completely shifted. I didn't know if the netizens finally figured it out, or if other accounts with an agenda had appeared. Everyone was now saying that Shen Qingzhou had deliberately kept their relationship underground, then blamed the actress when they got caught. Now, after the breakup, he was trying to publicly win her back in such a sneaky way. It was really disgusting. I glanced at it and then logged off. After all, I didn't want to be involved with Shen Qingzhou anymore. But eventually, I couldn't avoid it. When I walked up to Shen Qingzhou, he grabbed my wrist. The man lowered his head, his brows furrowed, his voice hoarse like it had been scraped by gravel. Yushui, you really want to break up? After all these years, we were about to get married, and now you want to stop? But you clearly. His lips trembled, his voice cracked with a sob. You clearly didn't love me enough to do this. Yes. I loved him. I loved him so much that I could keep our love underground. Endure endless criticism. Dream endlessly with no purpose. But Shen Qingzhou, no matter how much love, it can always be worn away. When you keep pushing me away, it means we're done. Under my indifferent gaze, Shen Qingzhou closed his eyes, as if he couldn't bear it anymore. A tear fell from his eye. Was it because of Fu Yink? If it wasn't for him, would this have happened? I've always been open to the future. And I was indeed a little moved by Fu Yinkyu's proposal. But the end of my relationship with Shen Qingzhou had nothing to do with anyone else. I yanked my hand out of his grip, shaking my head gently. You know, the outcome would always be the same. Shen Qingzhou. It's over. I won't look back. I'm walking forward with big steps.